Acclaimed physicist Niels Bohr said prediction is very difficult, especially if it's about the future. Economics writer Edgar R. Fielder wrote, "If you have to forecast, forecast often." On this episode of the Simpsons Analytical Study Show, Chris Howard and I will be discussing examples of the Simpsons predicting the future and how those predictions reflect on the progression of society today. As usual, you can leave rebuttal topics and other such insulting jibes where this podcast is hosted on tophatsandcanes.com. Thank you for your time, and we do hope you enjoy this fine piece of Simpsons ass. It's louder than everyone, because my voice has acting pathos to it. You have to sit forward because you're shy and bashful.
Oh, I'd like to think of myself as Rust in True Detective. Just kind of mumbling my way through life.
Okay, yeah, sure. So, Christopher, my question to you today, of all days, is...
Of all days.
My question to you is, does The Simpsons predict the future, or are we living on such a predictable timeline that these things are obvious to see coming even from, 20 years in the past?
I like to think there's a third option, and that essentially everyone loves The Simpsons that much, so they've tailored the future to fit in with The Simpsons because it's just funny.
That's exactly what happened in those 2017 elections.
It has to be.
Do you know what would be fucking mega lols?
Yeah.
If we just elected this mad orange bastard over that one obscure Simpsons reference from that episode from the series that everyone agrees isn't the great series.
And it's only mildly regrettable.
So far. So far, it's provided us with a lot of entertainment.
Yeah, that's the only explanation other than the crazy people, because the people who aren't quite as crazy to vote for him, they must just be Simpsons fans. Must be.
So that episode was the one when Lisa becomes president. And the joke in question is, as you know, we've inherited quite a budget deficit from former President Trump, which is bound to fucking happen.
Yes.
And I don't know, I think we've proven that women can't be presidents.
Wow.
So...
Wow.
Controversy. You gotta get the controversy. Yeah, but I don't think that's relevant.
No, it's really not. Alright, so back to the early question.
Other things that they have predicted.
I mean, that one, the one where, again, it's always Lisa, isn't it, when they predict in the future, is the one where it's Lisa's first love.
Season 6, Lisa... God, what's it called? Season 6, Lisa...
I don't know what it's called, but it's the one where...
Lisa's first love, I think. You know what I mean. It's the one with the English guy in the future.
Yeah. And that was 1994, was it?
94.
So what's that? Wow, that's a long time ago now, actually. 23 years ago.
And the wedding is set in 2010.
Yeah, okay.
Which...
16 years later.
It now just feels like so long ago.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what I was doing in 2010. I know I had a full head of long, luxurious hair.
Maybe that's what you were doing.
just combing my hair over and over again.
Alright, so little things that I noticed when we watched it. Just like little... the kind of I watch. But I don't know whether these are just kind of ideas that people are going down the road of anyway. The idea.
What's when Hugh, the proposal goes wrong and he goes into the watch, go to Plan B. I don't think we have talking watches yet, though, do we? But
Siri,
is that in watches or is it on the phone?
Yeah, of course it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Revelation.
But,
I don't actually know that's true, but I'm saying it confidently, so I'm assuming that
I don't think it is, but you said it was such
bit.
bravado.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, though. Skipping back to another Lisa episode, they found a buried angel in the mall.
Oh, yeah.
And they're having the town meeting. And Mo goes, "Science? What's science ever done for us? TV off." And TV turns itself off. Great joke at the time. Pie in the sky fantasy. Yeah. That shit happens. Yeah, that shit happens.
Yeah, that's true. But again, it's not a big massive leap of faith, is it? From like clapping lights on and off to TVs, you can tell.
But to voice prompts is like crazy, And even back to the wedding episode when they're having the video chat, like it was like so sci-fi.
Yeah.
To suggest like it would have happened at some point, but it just happened so gradually that we wouldn't even just take it for granted. You know what I mean? In 1996, it was,
I mean, I FaceTimed someone at 3 a.m. on Friday, and that was a really good idea. It was a really good thing to have done. But it's there now. You can do these
So
things.
yeah, the future has made the world a very regrettable place.
Yeah, that's it.
FaceTime, President Trump.
Oh God, Simpsons, what have you
elongated
done?
lifespan.
What else is in the episode where they predict? I'm trying to think of like.
Well, the articles written about this outside of the Trump and the technology, it's always like weird little news stories, or like ones that were big news stories for a while. Like there's one throwaway gag in one of the episodes there when they're giving the kids horse meat in school.
Yeah.
So
that happens.
that's but in a long enough spectrum of time, something like that's gonna happen.
Horse meat is very delicious.
There's very little meat in these gym rats. That's my favourite Lunch Lady Doris joke.
But things they got wrong, I mean, obviously, it's a joke, but the idea that all celebrities, if you see them, they're dangerous.
It was about, like, the societal structure of, like, celebrity, TMZ, basically,
Actually,
is what that was.
Around the time of OJ in America, 94?
Probably.
It might have been.
Yeah, it's probably
like an exaggeration
they
of
did
that.
take a lot of pot shots in it.
Yeah. Or like the fact that there's no trees.
The holographic tree.
True.
I think there are going to be like holographic statues at some point, I think, because it'll just save time and money. And, you wouldn't be able to vandalize a hologram.
In memory of a tree.
But there's probably still going to be trees. What you pointed out was good, the soy vending machine. It's like, if you said, like, the health kick that society's on now, back then, it'd be like, fuck off, mates. Yeah, we're all going to be vegan, aren't we? Yeah,
it's pretty much nearly at that level now.
I
mean, I'm assuming there probably are vending machines with soy production.
Yeah, it's got to be, isn't there?
Just none round the dingle. Or anywhere in central Liverpool. It's more of a, I don't know, a Manchester type of thing. God damn Mancunians.
Well, you can't say that now. We're all on the same page.
It's true. There's one thing that they've done, and it's in, I think, most shows, is the idea that robots will be everywhere.
Yeah.
And that is not happening anytime soon. Every time you go and actual look into robot technology,
well,
you can barely walk those things.
That's true. Unless that's all they're built to do, and then they can't do anything else.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's so complex. Just goes to show how complex human beings are, and everything in the future, there's always robots.
Yeah, but okay, here's the thing. We've talked about how the Simpsons has projected these ideas of the future, and you're saying how there's always robots in everything, but a lot of the plot points are those robots are going to kill us.
Yeah.
And they are going to take us over. So I think we've scared ourselves
into not having them.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening, man. That's why, like, when they build robots now, like, they can't put faces on them. They've got to be, like, flat, like, fucking silky iPod-looking motherfuckers, because if they look a bit human, you're like, oh, here they coming for our jobs, the robot bastards.
Actually, that's true. Blade Runner, the Terminator films. I watched Terminator Genesis the other day. It's on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That is
terrible.
No, it's bad, but it's just like
Is
the
that
whole... It's the one. It's getting so... Anything with time travel is always a massive mistake anyway.
Is it the Batman one or
No, it's not the Batman one. It's the one where
Daenerys is in, yeah, okay, I haven't seen it.
So they send old Arnie back to fight Arnie in Terminator 1.
Okay.
And it's like... What is going on? All these Terminators are going back into... It's
that whole, like, we've got to keep this franchise going, don't we? It's like with the Alien saga, and it's like, we're keeping the franchise going based around the fact that they're aliens, not about Ripley, not about anyone else. It's just the fact that there's the...
I've seen Prometheus and I've seen Covenant, and we're getting way away from the Simpsons here. But again, robots are heavily featured in both. So everything to do with the future has robots, but I'm not sure how accurate that is. I've never actually met a robot. Maybe they do exist.
Maybe you have.
Maybe,
Hello.
We've all played Fallout.
Still haven't finished it.
No,
never gonna.
No, leave it. It's not that good. Alright, so back to the Simpsons predictions.
Do you know what else is in that episode? It's like a background gag. It's the in Hugh's dorm. He's got a Rolling Stones poster, like it's like something like the Wheelchair Tour 2010. They are still touring.
Yeah, no,
they're still going.
That's spot on. I'll go with that. And I can't see them ever ending touring until they're all dead.
One of them dies. I don't know if like it's only going to be Mick Jagger that'll die, then they'll stop. I think if anyone else dies, they'll just replace him and keep going. Like the horror show that is AC/DC. It's just disgusting.
It's part cyborg now, isn't it?
It's just poor Angus Young who's senile and getting dressed as a schoolboy and pushing him out on stage and telling him to perform. It's like, it's so macabre. It's so
Making
fucking
money, man.
It's some Ray Bradbury shit. That it's like you should just look around and go like, what are we doing here, guys?
What does this all mean anymore?
What is it? What is society?
The one when they look back in time are always pretty. I don't really like them apart from the very, very early ones.
When they go back in time?
Yeah. So, like, when they, like, look back at, like, Homer and Marge getting married.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's always the ones where they jump to some sort of time frame.
Oh, you're talking about the fucking grunge one? Oh, yeah. That soured a lot of people's milk, that did, didn't it?
Absolutely terrible.
Ridiculous. How can you be in a fucking... a barbershop a cappella group and then invent grunge? That just makes no sense. It's ridiculous. Stop trying to make me live in this nonsensical world, even though it is nonsensical fantasy. It should have some basis and some gratification of normality to it.
I mean, he went on tour he went to Homerpalooza, you know.
Yeah, at some point someone would have noticed him.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, I know that guy. He was
invented
in fucking grunge.
Yeah.
Someone would have come up to him on Smashing Pumpkins like a grunge.
Yeah, they were around the early 90s in Seattle. I don't know. But anyway, like, I'm just talking about jumping time in general of The Simpsons now. There aren't that many actual just about the future episodes when you think about it.
No, there's the wedding one, there's the release president one, and there's one more that's like one of the fucking newer ones that no one likes.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what it's about. It's about Bart? No, Bart's just in it. I don't know.
Predicting the future, there's one of my favourite jokes actually is the Super Bowl one. Where they have to, when they're talking in the bar, and they purposely cover their face about who the teams are playing. Atlanta Falcons. Yeah,
it brings up the interesting point of like building your story structure around things that haven't happened yet.
Yeah.
Like in South Park, like the last season, they were so sure that Hillary Clinton was going to win. That's just the episodes they wrote, and then then there was an episode left after Trump won, and they were like, "Fuck, we built the whole plot around the First Gentleman stuff with Bill Clinton."
Yeah.
And it was all about him and Butters, and then they were going to do like some stuff, and it's like, fuck, we've got to bin that now, and we've got to throw something together in a few days.
They should have just done it anyway, and then it'd just be like this kind of weird little extra episode.
Hopefully they'll put it on like a DVD release at some point.
Yeah,
soon.
it's so strange.
Better world. But the Simpsons didn't have that luxury, didn't they? Because it was all fucking... But they could now. They couldn't really. But like back then, 90s, that was being sent out to fucking Asia to be printed and sent back to them. Now it's all done on computers.
As an aside, we should definitely do an episode on The Simpsons links to presidents, because some of those
interesting,
are really, really funny. But in terms of the future,
because we do the Mediocre President song, which is my favourite Simpsons song. I don't know why. It's so short and weird. It doesn't have like the bounciness of all the other Disney-esque ones. It's like I like educational music and stupid ones like that. I'm William Henry Harrison. I died in 80 days. Anyway,
to go back to the central question then. I think maybe it's just that predictable. And The Simpsons...
Well, yeah.
Apart from examples of Trump, which is so off the wall.
Because it was just a joke.
Yeah.
And...
Well, it's clearly a joke if you told anyone, even like 5 years before this.
Yeah. But the humour from that is derived from the fact that it's never going to happen. Whereas you say, take another past episode joke example... The casino and the tiger attacks Siegfried and Roy.
Oh yeah,
like that was like that's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's to happen.
You don't fuck with tigers for that long without them turning on you.
Yeah.
But like the Trump thing was like that's never gonna happen. Ridiculous.
No.
And that shit happened.
I want that Tatum versus Secretariat fight. International waters.
Tatum. I was so confused for a long time if he was a real person or not.
And so was I when I was little.
Yeah, because he is just Tyson, isn't he, without the rape charges.
What's the Don King? What's his alter ego? It looks exactly like.
Yeah.
It sounds exactly like Don King.
Lucius Sweet.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
That's a good episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kid Mo. That was Kid Handsome and Kid Presentable.
Yeah. It's all politics. That's just great when he like saves Homer.
Yeah, the fan man at the end there.
Oh, that's a great episode. I need to rewatch that again now. Just envision yourself winning, Homer. The champion has fallen because of a congenital heart defect.
Forgot about that. What else comes up in the future stuff? Technology. There's like a kind of ish joke. One of the bullies has like See, this is... I'm gonna link this back to a same topic here, right? stuff that at the time was the height of technology and now is ridiculous. Like when Lisa gets I think, don't hold me to this, the internet, when Lisa gets a whatever grade in gym and she's not happy about it, and the kids are all watching, and Martin says something and the bullies say, Dolph, take a note on your thing, beat up Martin. And it's like a Mac that you could write notes onto. Like, it was a thing in the 90s for a bit. But like when you wrote on it, it turned into actual fonts.
Yeah.
So he wrote beat up Martin and it said eat up Martin, and he just chucked it on. Like, why? That's ridiculous technology. Like, why did you just not invent texting sooner?
Well, that technology exists now.
But to write,
To change
describe,
it, and then to change it into fonts, that definitely exists.
But like works now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This way. Eat up Martin.
Like those old Simpsons episodes of like Homer working at his big blocky computer at home.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh god, yeah.
And like, when you watch the new stuff now, and like they're on apps and stuff, it's so weird. Like the Simpsons TV, like a really iconic thing.
Yeah.
And it was just that big box in the living room for so long.
That hasn't changed.
No.
They can't change that really.
You've got flat screen now.
Have they?
Yeah.
Oh, you're messing. This is why I don't watch the new episodes.
Yeah. And like, if you show that to like a young person, they just wouldn't know what it was. Like, and like VHS tapes and stuff.
Yeah.
You didn't think that was going to go out of style. It made sense. It worked. It was fine. But no.
It's just it's the problem when you make a show and you don't expect it to be quite as successful as it is. When everything is rooted around this like family and the family setup.
That's a weird existing out of time thing that we never address. Like with the wedding's 2010 and now we're in 2017 and those kids are still the same age.
I've got many friends who were born after The Simpsons, and that's all they've ever, like, The Simpsons just always existed to them. I vaguely remember when it was a thing coming out and I was very little. It was like, wow, because it was on Sky, we didn't have Sky, and then some friends had Sky and you go around and you'd watch it like, oh my god, The Simpsons. Whereas now it's just it's well, not necessarily everywhere, but there's people who've just never not known it to be a thing.
Taken for granted.
It's like the people who've it's like the kids who've never not known the internet.
Yeah, there's another one for you.
I remember the internet. I remember like fighting with to have the
Getting
phone line.
Yeah, that noise it would make.
Yeah, and it was like a big deal.
And then you got on, it's like, what do I do now? There's only 7 websites.
Yeah. 6 of them are porn. I do love that the pioneering attitude of human beings that they'll try and find a way to get porn onto any new technology.
That's what's got us this far, hasn't it?
But yeah, there's kids who've never not known the internet. Actually, saying that, there isn't that many internet gags in The Simpsons. Now I think about it. Really? I mean, there's the comic book guy ones, where he's like, I'm going to be on the forum and like straight away.
He's trying to load porn.
Yeah. And then there's the episode where Homer makes like a business online.
Yeah, the
and then
internet
Bill
king
Gates
one.
like buys him out. Buy him out, boys. But that's just, and I suppose that is kind of like a commentary that no one actually knows what the internet's for. Yet it was still a threat because it was just like a website.
Here's a weird point that kind of ties in. The electric car joke. I'm an electric car. I don't go very fast or very far. Like, when I was young and I saw that, I was like, okay, so are electric cars a thing?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know. And it's like, I'll just assume they are. Yeah. And then like, I wasn't surprised to learn they weren't. But then you find out they are now these days.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Technology's still catching up with it as well.
Isn't that wasn't predictable, or was, it depends on the time frame you're watching it, I guess.
Yeah.
There's I don't really see there's any ways now that it can predict the future, because A, how long is it going to last, and B, how long are any of us going to last with Trump in charge?
I wonder what the most spectacularly accurate predictions have ever been in anything.
Fucking,
like we're talking like some sci-fi writer in like 1910 predicting something almost to the year. That would be unbelievable.
They say what's his name? Drawing Man.
I don't know who that is.
You know who I mean? Drawing Man. Drawing a man with all the arms and that. Inventor guy.
Oh, Da Vinci.
Da Vinci, yeah.
Drawing Man.
Shut up. You knew what I mean, though, didn't you? Dickhead. But Da Vinci, they say like he invented like the tank and the helicopter, and he was working on death machines and stuff, and that was a long ass time ago.
Yeah, he was. It was Cesare Borgia what's his name paid for him to like make war machines while he conquered Italy.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oof, educational.
Yeah, man, Renaissance Italy.
There's an episode of Futurama where they go to a planet or some shit where Da Vinci's like Farnsworth's inspiration, and he's given Fry shit for being a dullard, and then they go to a planet where Da Vinci came from, and they're all geniuses, and it turns out Da Vinci's the idiots, and then him and Farnsworth destroy it with one of his many death machines.
There's
to that
so
point,
many
like,
Futurama episodes I haven't seen.
In Futurama, have they predicted stuff that's gonna happen or has happened?
Oh man, I need to rewatch Futurama properly. I've
think
got seasons I haven't seen of Futurama.
Like Bachelor Chow seems like something that would happen, but it's just like a TV dinner joke, isn't it?
Suicide booths.
Suicide booths. Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, that wrist communicator thing is kind of like an I watch. It's, I don't know, man.
That's part of the joke of Futurama, isn't it? That they can make these stupid predictions.
That's why
Everything's a stupid prediction,
it's the great thing about writing sci-fi. Like, you can just like you can't write yourself into a corner because there's the Deus Ex Machina of just like, and then the computer did this.
Yeah. I do like the what is it? What's it called when Bender becomes a gender bender?
Oh, the
yeah, Bender.
I'm a real toughie.
Think about that now. That actually might be quite controversial.
Yeah, well,
now,
you know, that's again, it's a different episode. There's some stuff. I don't have anything in The Simpsons. No, but like in other shows, I think The Simpsons has been pretty. Yeah, let's wedge this topic in there. If you look at representations of gay individuals and stuff, people from the 80s and 90s, like a lot of it's like flamboyant gay dudes, and like the only time it's really interesting in The Simpsons is the episode with John Waters in, and it's about like
it's kind of it is. I mean, you said this to me before. I mean, if you look back, some of those jokes are a little bit like, but at the same time, it's kind of the point of the episode. Like it's essentially saying that homosexuality is fine. It's not a problem, and it's almost the point is the idiots in the episode are like the homophobic people. And John Waters is just John Waters,
and he's not even doing like a big like flamboyant character, is he? I didn't even think he was like a gay character until like the
episode
goes on. Younger guy, but they have introduced characters since, like they did an episode where Homer kisses a guy because of course, and like there's like a big flamboyant Italian guy.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's Smithers,
Mexican,
isn't it? But it's just like a.
But yeah, even Smithers isn't stereotypical gay.
No,
he has like
not,
gay fantasies and stuff. But are they offensive? I don't know. We need a gay to us.
Oh, Liam,
is that offensive?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I don't know.
Anyway, that's again.
So social. So we've done political, technological, and a bit of social tones. They've not really broke the ground of the future for any social.
It's
inclusion,
difficult to do social, though, isn't it? Because I mean, if you do a joke that's funny in one era, if you do a joke that you think's going to be funny in 20 years' time, it's not going to be funny then, is it?
It's just this day and age of the world we live in. The introduction of gay characters is like a big fucking news thing. People kick off and people complain. But if they just did it and didn't draw attention to it, no one would know. Like Disney did the first one to do it with one of their like live action shows with a lesbian couple. The Cartoon Network did a gay kiss on an episode of Clarence, which is a great cartoon by the way, but like they had to cut it out. Adventure Time, it's kind of implied that Marceline and PB used to date, but they've not been allowed to say it. And it's been banned. Some episodes have been banned in Australia because they thought their relationship was a bit too much.
This is the thing.
But you're not going to get.
It's not a big deal. It's just idiots who complain.
Yeah, exactly.
But if we pander to the idiots who complain, and mad things happen, like Donald Trump becomes president. So,
What I was saying is, I don't think you're going to get a transgender character introduced to The Simpsons anytime soon.
No, I don't know. Well, I haven't seen enough of the new episodes, so I don't know how on topic they are anymore.
Not really, but it's not what you go to that for, is it? But it's again, it's this argument of like inclusion, and then it's like, well, then we have to do that on a very special episode. A transgender person moves to town, but they say no, we just want to be included normally. And it's like,
I don't like when the episodes are just based around one. I know they all have to be based around one plot line, obviously, but I don't like crowbarred plot lines.
Well, that's the problem with New Simpsons. Yeah. There's so much. There's like 3 stories going on because they can't find enough momentum for one of them.
just guys, just finish it and then bring out a film every couple of years, and you have all the old writers, and you just save all your good gags. I mean, over a whole new season, I imagine there's probably some really good stuff over the whole season. Just save it all up.
Yeah.
Make a really good hour-and-a-half film. Brilliant.
I'd vote for that.
Yeah. So if they're not listening, but you know,
they will one
I'm
day.
available to write. My day rate is very reasonable. Yeah.
I think we've kind of covered that enough. Yeah. Conclusion is no.
Hopefully we haven't said
kind
anything
of,
too
maybe.
controversial. Please don't hate us, internet, for things we may
You
have
can
said.
hate me, internet. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's how you get hits.
Blame Liam,
You,
blame
you
Liam.
don't make 1,000 friends without losing a few. I haven't seen that movie in a while.
Controversy.
So, yeah. Okay.